Hey everyone, this is Vaishnav here and welcome to Block Talk, where crypto meets all the voices. And here I am with three news sources for you, specially curated from the trenches, Twitter feeds and everywhere else, which will be entertaining, informative and also will be inducing some laughs in you. And this is my team over here. We will be having a chill and unbiased talk on all these newses. So let's start with Danica covering the news headlines for us today.
So here is the top news that happened last week. Solana's founder calls Memecoin digital slop even as they drive most of Solana's profits. ONDO Finance is accused of locking retail investors and faking partnership to pump its story. SuitGate, a crypto prediction market, refuses to pay out even when Zelensky wore a suit, raising questions about unbiased outcomes.
So that was a good catch up by Danica, and so let's get started on the first news segment of the day. Like Toli, who is a co-founder of Solana, called Memecoins as a digital slop. This was very unexpected from him, as he is co-founder of the chain where most of the volume is being controlled by meme coins, and where pump fund, let's bonk fund, all kind of launch pads debuted into the crypto markets. So that was very interesting and amusing to see in the markets. So let's first cover on meme coins. Like, do meme coins still hold value in your views, Kumar, like in the current market trends?
Yes. Like what we see, like when you said Solana, I think Solana owns pump.fun. I think so, because the funding that they take is through Solana. They don't accept any other tokens, right? So that means pump.fun is run by Solana, indirectly or directly.
Indirectly, you can say, right? They are hosted on the chain.
Right.
Yeah.
So whatever projects that are on pump.fun is run on Solana network.
Yes.
Right. And as you were saying to me earlier, almost 50-60% of whatever meme coins are there in the market today are mostly powered by Solana. Right?
Yeah.
So why Solana and why memes are going towards Solana? Then again, our developers has to say, why is Solana so attractive for meme projects, right? One is that, which is a little out of my thought. I'm not able to correlate to a lot of things. From a pure trading standpoint, from a trading viewpoint, what I understand is because mostly meme tokens are at a decimal points. Like it's 0.000 certain, right? And the big tokens or the blue chip cryptos that we talk of, they've already kind of matured in their price cycles. They've already come to a certain level where even now, if let's say if Bitcoin has to do 2x, it has to double. If it has to double just from 100,000, 120,000 to $240,000, that's a very big jump. And for that jump to happen, there's a lot of money that has to go get into the market. Whereas in meme tokens, there are so many meme tokens, and meme tokens being created, published every few minutes, right? And this being at a small fractional amount, people who are looking to make quick money. Let's say if 0.0, if there's a value of some token at 0.01 or 0.001, on trading platforms generally, after the fourth decimal point, the orders are not accepted. After the fourth or fifth decimal point, fifth decimal point, because beyond fourth, fifth decimal point, the orders are deemed to be very small orders. The price is too short. So what happens here? If 0.001, the next cycle, the next price to that is 0.002. That is 2x already. Right?
Yes.
So with $10, I can't buy one Ether or any big token. But with $10, I can buy a big amount of, like, big numbers of this thing, right? Meme coins. So like when we use a piggy bank, we keep putting pennies into it. It becomes heavy. We feel so happy about the piggy bank being heavy, right? Even if it's 100 rupees of coins, we are happy about it. But you have 1,000 rupees note, you still are happy about this pennies because there are smaller values and it took more effort to accumulate a big number of it. So something same psychology works here with memes, where people are able to get more number of tokens for a very small price, and with every small price change, they're able to trade with without even putting a leverage. They're able to use a leverage effect.
Yes, you actually very elegantly explained about the bonding curve concept. Bonding curve concept works like this. Like, because the value is being so low, even incremental values of +1, like 0.01 to 0.02 is almost 2x. So hitting a 10x has become such an easy way to in the meme markets.
Yeah, because the market size of all these meme coins is so small because there's so many multiple.
Yeah.
And people who generally are putting money into meme tokens, they don't put money into one meme token, right? Let's say, just to give one example, if you know that you're buying a lottery ticket, and if you're sure that this lottery ticket is going to win, you're only just going to buy only one ticket, that one specific ticket. And if you're not sure about it, and you have 100 rupees, instead of buying 100 rupees lottery ticket, you would buy 1 rupee lottery tickets, 100 numbers. Maybe one or two in this 100 will have a chance. You have a better chance of winning. So if we look at the same way in meme tokens, when you have some certain amount available with you, instead of putting into something that is very well known, which is very certain, that is one way. Or the other fast track method, quick money, is you have 100 rupees, split it across 100 tokens. Maybe out of 100, 10 or 20 might go up multifold, 5, 10 might die, but on an average you're still at a profit, which you can't really do with a big token, because big token you're only banking on one price movement. But here, because you're spreading across multiple meme tokens, the price movements are multiple, so you can average out better, and the chance of success is much better, is what I understand.
So let's take some good meme coin names from our group. Like, can you mention some meme coins which you have heard of, or which you have heard of people shilling it out to you, like, buy this meme coin, it may...
Dog with hat.
Yeah, dog with hat. That's a very good choice. That's on Solana. And any other tokens?
Flocky.
Flocky. Flocky is on Solana? It's on Ethereum, I guess. Okay. Now we got another token from another chain. Any other token?
So what happens to me with meme tokens is
Bonk. Bonk is from Solana. So see, we took 3 tokens and 2 out of 3 is already from Solana. That's how Solana is dominating the market. And the old generation meme coins, if you remember Doge, the ultimate, that's the what to say?
the gold standard of memes. Yeah.
Doge, Shiba, Pepe. These guys are losing its sheen. So when new generation of people come in, this old generation of tokens is also losing its sheen. But these kind of markets also come with its own repercussions. Like, if you are making money without making any value from the business, where is that money coming from? If you think about that, trading meme coins especially, these markets are almost zero sum or negative sum. So does anybody have any idea like what is zero sum or what is negative sum markets? Okay, so let me explain. Zero sum markets mean, so if you are making a profit out of a token, that profit is being supplied by the loss making traders. So money is moving from one hands to other hands. Money is not being generated by the business itself.
That's how all trading works, no?
Yeah,
The winner gets from the loser's spot, no?
But still, Bitcoin has its mining rewards, staking rewards is there. DeFi also brings in some profits, but meme coin is pure zero play. There is no way other sources of money come in apart from traders' fund. So for traders, this is a fun field to make or lose money. But when you come from a founder's standpoint, then Tolly has a valid point, I guess. From years on, he's been saying that this is all slop, this is useless because of this reason.
Yeah. No, and Tony is the guy, Solana guy, right?
Yeah.
See, that's a thing. Solana has so many meme launched from their platform, and the founder of that token says, memes are not good, right?
Yes.
it's worthless, whatever they say. From this coming from place of power, right? Actually, we have to consider it, but also to look at it, like, where is this meme? Why is it worthless? Why he might be calling it worthless? It's a perspective again, right? See, as a trader, you would see value because you would not want to buy meme tokens and hold it for a long time. Like, will you, if given a choice, will you hold Doge or will you hold Bitcoin? Right? Why not Doge? Doge also has been for a long time. It has overperformed. It has overperformed Bitcoin, Ether. But why still are we not taking Doge?
Because every not like trustable way we need, like Bitcoin is trust.
So that's trust in generally in our investing language. Whenever we buy a stock from a normal stock market, we do fundamental analysis, right? Who is in that company, what is this company doing, what is the nature of business, the directors in the company, profits of last 3 quarters, last 3 years, year-on-year growth, right? So we look into all those factors, then we make an informed decision, and we decide how much money we have to put into it and how long are we going to be invested in it, right? Now, to do this, you have some starting point to study. You have a financial statement of the company, you have all those things, right? All this study is fundamental, which you can do. Why are we doing this? All this complicated methodology, calculations is basically to understand the intrinsic value. Intrinsic value of a stock, right? Intrinsic value simply means the true value of a stock. Whatever we see in the market, it's all pumped up. You buy today, the next 2 minutes it goes up, the valuation goes up, someone is buying it higher, someone is selling it lower, the price keeps moving up and down. But the intrinsic value of a stock or a commodity doesn't change as frequently as the price market, right? So we are trying to find the true intrinsic value with all the available data with us. Now, coming to crypto markets. Now, are we able to do any intrinsic studies on the crypto markets?
Major coins, okay.
Major coins, yes. Major coins also, we are trying to do intrinsic value depending on how long they have been in the market, how many transactions are happening on every block cycle, right? What is the success rate of it? Were there a lot of hard forks that happened? Or is the chain been intact, right? Who are the people who are involved? Were there any scams in this, right? These are things. There is nothing absolute numbers like financial reports. Last year this was this thing. This year this thing. This was our profits. This was our revenue. There's nothing that we can still look at big tokens, right? Now, coming to meme tokens, there's no intrinsic value because there's no underlying project for us to decide if this will really work or not, right? So
there we have like the meme coins, for example, cost has some value.
100%. Yes. So meme tokens does have value. See, people say it might be worthless, it's not good and everything. It's a scam. Of course, if government prints money, so much of money without proper reserves, then there's going to be inflation, right? The same way, if there's so much of meme tokens that are getting launched to the market, you don't know which one to trust, which one not to trust, right?
When the person who said that are worthless, Solana found that actually his company 62% of money comes from it.
Yeah, that's what I was discussing earlier.
In 2025, he got around like 1.6 billion profits because of mint.
1.6 billion. Okay.
But he still called it worthless. That's like because of certain reasons he's calling it worthless. But still he got profited. Yeah, it's like a pizza shop, so not suggesting that do not eat pizza. It's kind of thing.
Right.
You can say it as a pizza shop, a drug dealer, whatever he hooks on people.
Yeah, this classic one I like is of Elon Musk, where he says, why is Tesla car? Someone asks why is your car so expensive, right? And he says, yes, it is very expensive. Don't buy it. The very minute after he said don't buy it, the next hour there were record sales that happened. The guy said don't buy my cars, they're very expensive. Still people go buy it. I don't know how does this negative marketing work, but it just does wonders, right?
See, So what's happening now, what I say is people have stopped to pretend. Like you said about value investing, you said about seeing fundamentals. Those were the times when people used to see fundamentals, read governance proposals, see what's happening in the company and invest in the tokens. But crypto has always been 1 part innovation and 9 parts gambling. You say it or not, it's the truth. So we can say till 2021 people were like coming to casino wearing suits. But now people are coming wearing shorts and t-shirts and they are saying it is what it is. Now people are stopped to pretend like crypto is some huge technology and such. Like they do believe crypto will change, regulations will come in, but people have stopped pretending that that's gonna happen very time soon. So whenever the meme season is happening, they are like, do play in the meme season, make some money out of it, park it in blue chips like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and chill out. Like why still pretending like only 1000 TPS layer 1 tokens or any other infrastructure token will pump? That's a mirage. That's how people are changing from value investing to meme investing these days. And I also think that's a healthy change in the market. Like people get to know the real colors of the market and they don't know what kind of risk they are trading on, what kind of risk they are taking in. So I guess this balance is very good. That's what is also shown by the debate which was happening between Tolly and Jesse. So Tolly said this tweet while he was talking with Jesse Pollard.
No, was it a face-off debate or?
It's not face of debate, it was a Twitter thread.
Twitter.
Yeah, they were commenting each other's post. Jesse,
I'm trying to imagine if this was like a face-off debate, it would have been such a nice.
It won't happen.
Yeah, we'd have got more insights to whatever the subject was.
It is an X.
Right, I mean, nowadays I really don't know. People don't fight physically nowadays. They fight on social media.
it's all down to it. Like you
I mean,
don't
even girlfriend boyfriends also start fighting on social media nowadays.
you don't remember Ella?
Complete that way.
Yeah,
Can say
people have lost that, flexing their muscles. They start flexing their muscles on social platforms.
Elon Musk and Meta's founder Zuckerberg, they both planned for a real fight, you remember? They were calling each other, but it did not happen. That's
But
why.
he trained also, no? That
They
guy trained for a
also
couple of
trained.
years. Yeah.
But it won't
So I
happen.
think Musk was trying to escape. I mean, Musk is a old guy. He's going to get beaten up very soon. Right? And Zuckerberg was so invested in, trained himself with all martial arts, Muay Thai and everything to fight. And probably even if you look at it, during this phase is when actually Facebook stock came down and Tesla's stock went up. This guy was just focusing on how to fight Elon Musk. Elon Musk was just trying to avoid that fight and just focus on his business. Yeah. That's what I found very funny.
So let's see like how it turns up. If you know Murad is a trader who just specializes on meme coin. He said this is the season when meme coin super cycle is happening, where meme coins will outperform every normal token in the market. So that's one sentiment. Other sentiment like the old guys who are still holding Cardano, XRP are believing that will take over these guys. So this fight is ever going on. What we do is we just trade, have fun in this market.
Yeah, see, investing is of different models. Like to explain in a very easy way that I understand is there are people who invest only on Bitcoin. They're only Bitcoin guys. They don't touch anything apart from Bitcoin. I know a couple of people who don't even want to see any other token. It's just Bitcoin, nothing else. And there are people like Murad who just does meme coins, right? Like example, if you see Warren Buffett, it's a big guy. Just taking an example, he doesn't go and invest on small brands, right? He doesn't go and invest into something that is national brand or something, right? Whatever he invests is mostly global brands. Coca-Cola, whatever he invests, all are big companies, right? So where his money is going is he studies a lot. Like we all know that before he invests in a company, he goes to the company for last 10 years, 20 years reports. That's when he parks his money in such companies. they are that kind of legendary investors, right? Now, if you have to correlate that kind of people, the people who just invest in Bitcoin, Ether are people like Warren Buffett who have a lot of money, who have been in the game for a long time, and they have a legacy money that they can actually trade on. Now, if you have to look at Murad or any other guy who just does it on meme tokens, you can correlate to that person to someone like venture capitalist. Venture capitalist doesn't really go and put money into Reliance or Tata's. They go into market, they search for good projects, good team, and people who really want to build big companies, and they put their money, they split across their money into a couple of projects. Even if one or two fails, there are some two things that can cover up to the other two losses, right? Meme token investing is mostly like venture capitalists. You don't know what they are, you don't know where they came from, you don't know if it's going to really fly or not, right? But you have to invest and you have to stay invested, and they're looking for something that they can be involved from the start. I mean, basic involvement from the start, in the sense they can get a bigger chunk of the they can get a bigger part of the pie, right? So venture capitalists want to have bigger share, so they try to get in early with small companies, and if out of 10 companies, even if 2-3 goes very good, they're sorted. They make equal money as a guy who has been investing only in Bitcoin, right? So investing is not, there's no one straight way. The way you invest, the way she invests, the way he invests, it's all different, like how our DNA is, right? Everyone has their own needs and necessities, everyone has their own financing styles. So there's nothing wrong or right, it's all their own preferences.
Yeah, like either after Solana is found out is that the meme coins are cash, but how would they make the profit? Like, what's the strategy behind it? Like, why are people investing in it?
So just to roll back to our last conversation, it's a price movement, right? Like when I was talking about venture capitalists also, they're not looking at lot of details, they're not doing a lot of study, because there's very little available for them to study.
It's a numbers game.
It's a number game.
Even I read that 65,000 transactions per second was happening. So
That happens. It's a numbers game, like so well-informed investors will have a thesis and put in just one asset. Meme coins are mercenary traders kind of guys, like who will invest in 20-30 coins, and even if one hits 10x, they will recover all those losses. So that's how these markets work. So it's a numbers game, like any one or two should hit out of 20-30. That's how they play. And that was a very good recall of what happened in Solana versus JSA context and what kind of insights we can get out of it. So next segment of news is on ONDO Finance, and disclaimer, this is all allegations by a user on Twitter, but we picked up on this news because we found it really interesting to look on, and it also covers some ever happening cycles in crypto of rinse and capital pump and dumps and rinses of capital by huge traders on small traders. What I'm speaking on, we can look over this in this segment. And so, did anybody know what is ONDO? Like, you know, Kumar, the ONDO token?
Oh yeah, I've heard. Who doesn't know ONDO? It just went up and up and up and up and just crashed like in like a couple of hours, even before people could even blink. And ONDO, I mean, it was a huge project. I personally like the project, what they were doing. But of course, when you get too popular, there are a lot of eyebrows that are raised, right? And when big people really start digging into a lot of things, right, things fall apart. And that's what happened with ONDO, according to me. I mean, I don't think essentially what they did was wrong. I mean, do you know what they did?
well, it better sounds like a scam. Yeah.
It sounds like a scam, but yeah, I mean, that's what people say. But I personally don't feel it was a scam. Like, you get a loan from somewhere, then you give a loan to someone else, right? And you try to keep a little bit of margin here and there, and that's what they were trying to do on a superficial level. The thing is, they did not inform their users that they were doing this. I think that was one thing that sounded very shady. I mean, that was a business.
For marketing,
Maybe, but what the model that they were doing was all okay, because that's how normal businesses do it. But the narrative that they were running around with, probably that created the mess.
So they were providing assets which was wrapped assets of BlackRock, and they were providing lower yields on it. That was their main business agenda. And next thing was, as they were buying BlackRock shares and other things to back up their stable coins, the narrative they formed around their product was BlackRock is managing their funds, which raised a lot of hype, which is not true actually. BlackRock does not even know this company exists, but they said it so that people, retail investors especially, get hyped up, like this project is doing some great stuff. And these guys ICO'd in CoinList. CoinList is a launchpad where a lot of retail investors can buy tokens. After the ICO means how in stock market IPOs happen.
initial coin offering.
Yeah, so in initial coin offering, you can buy tokens before the public launch. So there was a fine print that even after ICO happens, only after a DAO vote. DAO vote means DAO is a consortium where people have to vote for some governance to happen. So for people to spend those tokens on, a DAO vote was needed. Then retail investors realized that a DAO vote needs at least 10 million votes, but each retail investor had just 9,000 votes in their hands. So indirectly, all the votes were being controlled by the company itself. So retail investors were locked. Even after having ICO, they could not move their funds anywhere. And these ONDO guys hired crypto KOLs and other influencers, made a good image of it, pumped the price artificially. As traders know, it was pumping like huge, without even a single crash. It was pumping. It was too good to come true. It was too good to be true. So let's get moving to the next segment of today's podcast, and we have ONDO Finance over here.
Once again, before that, we changed the location because the sofa was too cozy. So we wish to get that.
Thanks, Zeno. And see, this is purely allegations. We came across an anonymous Twitter account called Party for Real, and he had some allegations, a list of allegations against ONDO, how they made a pump and dump, like a sophisticated pump and dump. But still, we are covering that news as the comments were too interesting, and it's good to ponder on, like, this is a recurring pattern in most of the crypto projects, not just ONDO. And we want to give that awareness to the podcast viewers. So that's why we are talking about this here. So what happened is, ONDO's founder was a top executive in a very good company, and they had an ICO in CoinList, in where retail investors pitched in their money. ONDO is an RWA finance protocol, where RWA stands for real world assets, where they buy real world assets such as stable coins, land, etc., and have stable coins of their own and back it up with those assets. But basically what they did is, they did not have any real world assets, but just bought BlackRock's assets and gave lower yields on them. Yield in the sense lower interest on them. That's one thing. Second thing is, in the ICO, they had some terms due to which, even after the ICO got ended, retail investors could not unlock their tokens, and it was forever stuck. During that time, ONDO released their token onto centralized exchanges, had their token pumped up with using partnerships with crypto KOLs and influencers, giving a good narrative around the product. They also did something which I find funny, but it's also smart in their way. They buy assets from BlackRock, as I said, if you remember, and those assets is being maintained by BlackRock, like Bitcoin ETFs is maintained by BlackRock, which is called IBIT and all. But the narrative which was done by them was, BlackRock is our asset manager, is what they gave a narrative, which is not true at all. But people still believed in and poured in a lot of money. And even in retail markets, there was such a pump. And I guess Kumar must have witnessed that pump. Do you recall the ticker ONDO, and do you have any experience with it? What was the scene?
The experience that I had, I can still vividly remember ONDO. There was no red candlestick anywhere. Like, even if you had like 1 hour chart, when you had zoomed out to 1 hour chart, almost for 2 continuous months, not 2 continuous weeks or days, 2 continuous months, there was green signal, there was green candle at every hour candle, right? So when you look at it, it was just like a ladder, just going to heaven. I don't know where it was going. It was just non-stop.
There is no space for back to come.
Yeah, it was nothing. Nothing was going down. It was only going up and up and up. I don't know. They were trying to aim for the moon, and they surpassed moon. They also went up to Pluto. It was that kind of a pump. I really remember that graph. It was like a step. Nothing came down. And one fine day, it just came down. It came down, and it came down to a place of no recovery.
The ladder was broken.
Yeah, I mean, ladder's broken. I don't know. I don't know what you call for it, but it was just dead. And people did make a lot of money. That 10-15 people, those guys they held mostly like 70-80% of total ONDO supply, and retail investors like us, like sheep, like how we usually always do, follow the.
It was what, 20,000, right? Where you got
20,000 users.
investors.
20,000 investors.
Retail investors. Who got lost? Yeah, 20,000.
20,000 people.
Okay.
And 10,
That's definitely
20
a sheep.
people lost, 20,000 people lost, 10, 12, 15 people won a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, the rich guys know their way. It's it more than this being a good token, it became like a mafia kind of an act. There's a mafia that came in, they held shares, and they pulled people into this. They took their profits, and they just left everyone to graze.
What if, yeah.
Yeah, so they recycle token sales into boosting their TVLs. The unlock was their vesting unlock and the dump matched at the very exact same point, in which we can correlate. Like, as soon as their token supply got vested, they dumped it on the market as soon as they got hands on it. They didn't even give a second thought on it. After they did this dumping, they almost erased most of their evidences, most of their tweets, and they're now just putting some lame tweets out there.
What was this vesting phase? How long was this for?
The vesting phase was around 1 year, I guess.
1 year. So people who had invested money, thinking that, you know what vesting is, right?
Yeah, everything.
They would have got in the first place.
So basically, you will have some shares, like you'll have some shares assigned to you, and you can't do anything with the shares until some certain conditions are met. That certain conditions generally is time. Like, let's say I'm giving you 100 shares. You are a shareholder, but you're truly not a shareholder, because you can't do anything with the shares. Neither you can sell it, neither you can't transfer it, you can't do anything with it. You can just keep looking at it. Now, why do people get into this kind of arrangement? Is the ONDO would have promised saying that you may lock your tokens for a certain number of days, and whatever you're holding, proof of stake or something of that sort, where you have so much of tokens and you're going to get certain number of tokens for whatever you have been holding for this time. One is that incentive basically, or else they also in the starting itself, so that generally what happens in markets, there's distribution, but there's a fair distribution that now we all call about. After ONDO, there's concept of fair distribution. Wherever now people are building products, they're looking at fair distribution mechanisms, where everyone kind of equally gets the shares allotment. Allotment is done equally without any biases, right? I'm sorry, I just got my thought flow went off to even stock markets generally. Even there, when you apply for an IPO, you can't say that I will buy 20% of the company, 10% of the company. Maybe that happens probably in a closed door. But when it comes to your secondary market, where you have to buy it as a retail investor, there will be certain number of shares, and there will be a phase when people can give applications. Total number of shares divided by number of applicants, that is say average number of shares one person can take is available for a certain person. So in case of ONDO, this did not happen. Like 10 to 15 people had like 70-80% of the stock. The rest 20% was divided among retail investors, right? And that people always consider that this stock was kind of locked up. This won't come into the market. But there was one fine day that crashed when it happened. That consortium of people, the mafia as they call, they came in. They decided that date and time to kill the rest 20,000 people. They sat across the table like how we are sitting right now. One fine minute, all of us click sell at one point. And they sold everything and they took all the money and they used all kind of Tumblr services and everything as your evidence. Like you can't even trace back where the money came from, where the money went, who got the money in, who got the money out. So they used all kind of mechanisms and the money just vanished. This is not something that happened because it had to happen. It was definitely a very pre-planned agenda.
Right, so how would you conclude it? Is it a fraud or scam?
It's definitely a scam, no?
Good.
It's definitely why do we even today SEBI, like Security Board of India, Exchange Board of India, they clear rules say that whenever there is any offerings that has to be given to the market, anything, there are certain guidelines that you have to follow. In that guidelines, one is this fair distribution policy, right? Which did not happen in ONDO, but it's good because this industry is evolving and there is no clear regulations in place. There is no certain government or country that's controlling any certain one token, right? With such kind of activities, these kind of news, what happens? The products that would come thereafter would be better because people know where the pitfalls are. So it's a good thing.
Government may come forward to regulate the
Right.
coins, so it will be better for the next retail investors to invest in.
Yes.
coins.
So something that was just out in the market, it became so big and it just felt so bad, right? It has definitely created very big news waves across the globe. Now this kind of instances will call for better, stricter and policies and regulations in the industry, and it's good for the industry in the longer run.
Like what kind of regulations or warnings should we know? Like
Not to be cheated again.
yeah, not to
See, that's the thing. No, see,
That's a evolving field because this question is also being discussed with the lawmakers and regulators of every country. Like this needs a huge dialogue between lawmakers, the founders, the exchange operators. Like everybody should come into the same phase, the same line of thought, and they have to draft a report. Even recently US drafted a report. People are going towards that path, but there is no set answer for this right now. It needs months and months of negotiation and discussions.
Because I think blockchain and crypto is all about not controlled by someone, and
Yeah.
this definitely needs a control.
yeah. And Danika, according to me, I mean, what precautions can we take so that this doesn't happen? What we have to look at, we really don't know. Right? We can't control a lot of factors like who is involved in this, who is running the company. We really don't know, right? So what can you do as an individual? Like if you are investing, what can you do? You have to do a very good due diligence about the project, what it's been doing, get into technicals. Right now, people just invest looking at the price. It goes up and goes down. Now with all AI and everything, they take chat, they upload it to chat GPT, try to understand how the market trend would be, and they just keep trading. They don't really care what token, what price, right? What fundamentals, not really. So that's where we have to look at. And as humans, what I always believe, our life is too short for us to make all the mistakes in the world and learn from it. Right? So you can't make all mistakes independently. So there are some times where you have to learn from others' mistakes, learn from it, and make sure that this doesn't happen. Right? So, like in this case, like case of ONDO, we have to more than success stories, we have to look at failure stories, watch them more closely, study about it more closely. Why did it happen? And look, and in case in future, if something of similar patterns come across, we have to be little conscious and stay away from such projects.
Yes.
So good. Let's try to do your research.
Yeah, definitely. Wherever, it's your research. Because it's your research, it's your reward, it's your risk. Right? So all ours are yours. Yeah. So
You have to take the lesson from others.
yeah, so that's what. More than success stories, we have to look at failure stories and also identify such patterns and avoid it. That's what we can do as individuals. Yes, the chances we might still fail because these guys are very creative. Where they could cheat 20,000 people, 10-15 people could cheat 20,000 people, right? It's possible, right? See, so small number of people can cheat a large gathering for a small amount of time.
What?
That is what happened here. Large amount of small amount of people controlling a large amount of people for a long time never happens. Right? So whenever something that bad happens, the bad falls out, that word spreads faster, you fall, that the culprit comes out quicker. Right? When there's something that's good that is happening, a philanthropist or someone who's trying to do something good, his news, his face, nothing comes forward. No one talks about it. That's the nature of humans.
Negative attracting that positive things.
So we apply the same thing to our markets. Yeah, markets have life, dude. Yeah.
So that was a very good outcome of this discussion in this podcast. I really liked from scam story to regulations. We came a long way in this discussion and we covered many facets of crypto regulation as a whole, which I like. So moving on to the next segment, which I found intriguing, and we will be having also controversial.
What was the next segment? Anika was saying something you start. What is the next topic?
Yeah.
Like SuitGate.
So what is SuitGate? SuitGate. So if you know Polymarket is a place where people can bet on global events like sports, wrestling.
Like Bet365?
That's only for sports, right? But in Polymarket, you can also bet on who will become the next president.
Okay. Any random thing.
Yeah. Will Syria attack Lebanon? Will the Israel and Hamas will have a ceasefire? Will ChatGPT 5 release this month?
Okay,
the
but
next
if
month?
I toss a coin, if it's a head or a tail?
That's pure gambling. But this here you can. That's purely statistical based, probability based game. But world events work on major other factors also, right? It depends on so many factors. Like you can't even count. Like India doing a deal with other nation has a lot of factors going in. But still Polymarkets allows you to bet on those kind of global events with your money. And if you guess it out right, you can 2x, 3x, 5x your amount. So one market came into Polymarket which was highly controversial from the very start, and that's SuitGate. SuitGate is Vladimir Zelensky, who is the president of Ukraine, wore an outfit for NATO summit. That summit that suit catched eyeballs of everyone, and the question in place was whether Zelensky would wear suit for NATO or not. This was the question, and people were excited like, okay, Zelensky has wore suit now. But the turmoil was starting to happen then only. People were then started to questioning that.
But I'm just sorry to cut you off. And I was a little curious when this kind of polling that was happening. Was there a simultaneous poll that was happening where when will Russia-Ukraine war end? When will something happen?
Yes, everything happened.
That also
on
was
site.
happening.
Yeah.
Even I'm curious, like, how can a prediction market be so simple with asking, did he wear a suit?
That's because he promised that he won't be wearing suit for a certain time.
So she's asking how does this model work? Like how, right?
The question is so simple, right?
Simple, there's a news behind it.
The question is simple. You
No,
may
it's
say
like
it's a-
normal
it's
how
a-
we bet. No, like
So for
like
information,
example, like if is Vaishnav going to come to office on time? right? We both are going to have a bet on it, right? So I would say no, you would say yes, and we always keep betting on it. So we maybe today he comes on time, I lose the bet, and again I bet tomorrow. You know what? Today he won, I'll give you that 10 rupees, whatever we bet for. Let's do it tomorrow again. So we bet on him again tomorrow. So the bet can continue, never ending. You know. Okay.
So this is the.
So yeah, sorry, I'm sorry again. I'm sorry. So the bet basically the winner gets the money of the loser.
Yes. That's how it works.
That's all the game is all about.
Poly market works on peer-to-peer concept. There is no concept of house. The trades are being done person to person. One person bets yes, the other person will fill in no, and one person will win. That's how it works. And the picture in question is this. You must have seen this. But
I think Amman is going to show it on the screen for a few.
Yeah, we will show it. So this was reported by Reuters, BBC, Al Jazeera, even NDTV. Every major news house was saying this is a suit. Polymarket's own Twitter account called Polymarket Intel also tweeted that Zelensky wore a suit. But then after 4 days, Polymarket gave a clarification that there is no credible consensus among people that he wore a suit. So it's there the contradiction started. Everybody is wearing.
People are so worried about the suit that they wore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody said he is wearing a suit, but Polymarket said there is no credible sources, and they started a fight.
No, what happened? Fine. Was it a suit or not a suit?
Still a question.
It's still a question, but
I think he agreed. No,
Polymarket said it's not a suit.
Actually, to me, doesn't look like a suit.
Okay.
It's like a shirt and overshirt.
No, but he said he wore that kind of an attire, probably in kind of as a rebel, right?
So the lore
reason-
behind this is during previous meet with Trump and Zelensky met each other in a meet, and the press reporter there asked that why don't you wear a suit? So Zelensky said, I don't wear a suit to be in solidarity with the Ukrainian war. If the war gets ended, then only I will get a formal attire, he said.
Got it.
But NATO summit needs a suit as a dress code.
Let's not go to their all issues, their official issues. Now, what is this? This thing with Polymarket, where are you going with it?
So what we are trying to show here is Polymarket has a truth engine. Like how Polymarket comes to consensus. Like who decides what is true or not true in Polymarket. This issue showcased that power, like who is in control of Polymarket. The control authority, the protocol is called UMA protocol. UMA.
UMA. Okay.
Yeah. UMA protocol markets themselves as a decentralized truth oracle. Okay, decentralized one. How they work is they work on principles of money. So when you have people in a democracy, they have votes, plus those votes have some value. You can buy votes from market, the free market, and whichever majority of people vote on one thing, like when it's true or not, what they are trying to say is when a majority of people with some financial incentives vote on something true or not, that always matches with the world's real truth. Like this voting mechanism, this democracy, this small democracy will represent the world's real truth is how UMA protocol works. But what really happened over
You're saying it's a small sample size.
Yeah.
The sample size holds good for a larger sample size.
Yes.
Larger demographics. Okay.
Larger demographics. And UMA protocol, you have to vote for every question that arises in Polymarket. And the economic mechanism is like when you vote with a majority, you save your stake, you save your money. But if you voted in the minority region, your money gets slashed. You lose out on your money.
Even if it's true.
Yeah, even if it's true.
It's a scam.
Seems like a scam.
Yeah.
But till now,
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Like if there will be bet like they have a bet like whether it will rain tomorrow or not. Majority said no, but minority said yes. Even if it rains, majority said no, so it didn't rain. Basically like that. You talked about the Lagazewski trade.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not agreeing on the simple matter of the clothes, then how are you going to do the addictions and wars?
Which for the smaller matter,
yeah, it's not.
trading, right? So what about the elections and war?
So in UMA's Discord, discussions happen before voting. Everybody puts in their points, like why I am voting for yes or why I am voting for no. But people also notice that there are also whales in this demographic. Like UMA also has its own whales with 2 million, 3 million tokens. So what happens is, if the whales say they are going to vote on yes, then people will also think that even if the truth is no, for me not to lose money, I should side with the whales. That sometimes happen. That's one thing. And where were we? We were talking about the voting mechanisms, right? This happens in the UMA protocol. So
It's the truth machine.
the truth machine, but this and
Right, I don't know. It all sounds so something. No, what I'm able to kind of imagine out of what he's saying is, it's like a casino owner is also playing at a table, at a big stake table, right? Right. You just have to think about it, right? He's a casino owner. He has a lot of money, but still he chooses to play at a high stake table because he has predetermined the outcome of the table. Right?
So because he is playing, others also like while he is playing, he's always
He
playing.
designed the place, he designed the game.
He's obviously going to win, and they are going to support him.
So how Polymarket is deciding to solve this? So how they are deciding to solve this? They will have UMA as one truth source. They will also have multiple truth sources using AI and other agencies. And having an average consensus of between at least 5 sources, they may at least come over the singular truth, right? That's what Polymarket is aiming for, but we don't know what future holds. We have to look forward to it.
Guys, keep watching us to get to know about such interesting news. Right? I mean, crypto, anything is possible. It's a very new, nascent market. We can see disasters. We can see most fantastic things happening in this industry. And this is only possible at these early stages. As industry matures, as products get better, as the market grows bigger, the market awareness grows, right? Such acts or such kind of scams, what we call scams, by these kind of big companies, we call, is going to come down, but it's a little long way. Even today, not a lot of people know what crypto is, what markets are, what blockchain is, right? So it's a long journey. People have to know all these things. A well-educated mind can take well-informed decisions, right? So let's all focus on educating ourselves, keep watching us, and keep supporting us.
And drop your thoughts in the comment section.
And we end this podcast in a very good note. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more kind of these podcasts which are coming up on upcoming weeks. See you soon.